Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm with Agolaye. Do you want to tell them anything?
Hello guys.
That's all you want to say?
Yeah.
Okay, so the previous time when you saw Agolaye, I was doing a setup shoot, and you can see in the background there's another setup, but I'm calling this setup 2.0 because I've used more of the items lying around in my house to build it, and I'm going to walk you through all the things that I used. So first, I'm starting off with the foreground element, and that's my infamous plants, artificial plants I have in the house, and I have two of those. So there's one in the foreground to add depth, and there's one in the background which is also green, obviously, and it's in front of my pink fabric that I just hung over my canvas backdrop. And the green and pink are complementary colors, so it's working well, creating contrast, and then I put a mirror in the top left corner of the frame, add more interest to the entire frame. And then I have this little thing, this part of my dresser set, and this part has fallen off, and luckily it's tall enough for me to put this plant on to serve as a prop. She can pose with it, so show them what you do with it. Yeah, so she can do things like that, and I can be taking like different angle shots of hair. And yeah, so that's it for the setup. And this is setup 2.0, like I'm saying, because I'm using the same model but a slightly upgraded background. I'm beginning to love building setups, so I hope I can get more props, and then experiment a bit more. And I think you should do the same thing too. Now that we are all indoors, we need to find things around, create inspiration around, and then build our sets. Now that I'm done with the most complex part of the setup, which is the background, obviously, I'm going to set up my lights, and I'm going to take you guys along. I'm planning on using two lights, so obviously one main and one rim light to add more separation. So you can see I'm using elements in the frame itself to create separation, and I'm also going to use my lighting to do that. So contrast and separation. Foreground for depth, the lighting also for depth. So I'm going to use a very big light source as my main light so I can cover like from head to toe, and then I'm going to use a small light in the back as rim lights for a little bit of separation, maybe around her hair and shoulder, just a tiny bit. So let me take you along to the behind the scenes, and then let's start taking out the lights. But my main light is in a parabolic, and that should be able to light her from head to toe. And I have a rim light in a smaller beauty dish with a grid on it, focusing the light just around her hair and maybe cutting out a bit of her shoulder for added separation. I'm now going to test my lighting ratios, and as I'm doing them, I'll carry you along so you see exactly what is happening. I didn't talk about gear, but I'm using my Canon EOS R and my 85mm 1.4 lens. Okay, so I'm starting off with a full body shot, and I have my main light turned off. It's only the rim light that's on for now because I want to figure out how that light's affecting the scene. My camera settings are 1/200 on the shutter speed, f2.5 and ISO 100. So take a test. Alright, so this is just the background light. It's lighting up a bit of my fake curtain in the background, and it's lighting her arm and the side of her head, which is quite nice. I'm probably just going to increase the power a little bit because currently the flash is on 1/16, so I'm taking it to 1/8, and I'll do another test. Alright, that's a bit too strong, so I'm going to go in between 1/8 and 1/16. That is 1 over 16.7. Take another test. Okay, I think this is where I like it to be. Alright, so I'm now going to turn on my main light, and I'm just doing that with the Godox trigger. And currently it's set to 1 over 64. I think it's going to be too low, but let's just see. Alright, take another test. Okay, that's quite nice, but I can see that the rim light it looks a little bit stronger and harsher, so I need to go up on my main light. So from 64 I'm going up to 32. Take another test, and you can see I'm not really concerned about her pose for now. I'm just looking at the lighting, making sure I'm getting it where I want. And this looks okay, but it's a tad bit too bright, so I'll come down to 1 over 64.7. Take another test. Okay, and this is pretty much where I think I would want it to be. So probably to add a little bit more intensity in the light, instead of increasing the power of the main light, I'm just going to move it slightly closer to her. Alright, so I have moved my light closer to her. I'm going to do one more test, and if it looks good, just go straight to shooting. Alright. Okay. Yeah, this pretty much works for me, so we can start shooting. Next to you, until lies. Yeah, I'll be waiting in silence to see a little bit of fire, but all I see is you. When I'm not here, it's like I'm flying.